Hi, James here from the Excire team, and I'm excited to share with you a powerful feature available in Excire Foto 2027 that is AI-assisted culling. Now, when I say culling, I'm referring to the process of selecting a small number of keeper photos from a large batch, whether that's from a day-long wedding shoot, a week-long wildlife safari, or a year's worth of casual photography. And while culling is normally a tedious, time-consuming process, Excire Foto 2027 offers AI-powered culling tools that are capable of automatically grouping and sorting and selecting images based on a variety of helpful criteria. With Excire's culling tools, choosing your best photos becomes astonishingly fast, and the culling feature is designed to be both powerful and flexible, so you can have as little control or as much control over the culling process as you like. In this video, I explain how all this works, so without further ado, let's dive right in. So here we are in Exire's gallery view, and to get started culling, you'll want to click on the Culling Projects panel right up here. This shows you any culling projects you've run in the past here, but you can also start a new culling project by pressing this Start Culling Project button right here. And you just select the folders and collections that you want to cull. Note that you can use these culling tools on a huge number of photos at once, up to 10,000, but you can also use it on a smaller number of photos as well. Here I have around 1,000 images that a photographer captured at a wedding, and that's what I'm going to use for this demo today. Now, before you click Start, you're going to want to make sure you've chosen the right culling profile. These tell Excire how it should do any grouping, sorting, rejecting, and selecting. And in certain cases, it tells Excire whether it should do some of those things at all. There are a variety of built-in profiles that you can pick from. So some of these will appear in your own Excire installation when you press this button to open the menu, but I'm actually going to create a custom profile here by pressing Manage Profiles. And in this dialog box, you can configure your culling settings. I'm going to click Add here to create a new profile. I'll call it Example Profile. And then I'll just hit Enter. So let's go into this Grouping tab here. These are all settings that apply to a single profile, but I'll click Grouping. Here, Excire includes the option to break down the larger set of images, so 1,000 wedding photos here, into smaller organized chunks. So instead of individually reviewing 1,000 files, you can review 100 groups of 10 images each, or 50 groups of 20 images each, etc., which makes the whole reviewing process a lot less burdensome. Now, you have all these grouping options here, and this is where you would actually select which grouping options you wanted to use, and you'd configure them. But I'm actually going to quickly close this out here, and I'm going to show you. So I ran this exact culling project before filming this tutorial because I want to show you what these groups actually look like. I think it's much easier to understand your options here if you can see what you're actually creating. So here, my culling project is called Culling Wedding Demo, and you can see there are 1,000 images, sort of what you'd expect in terms of content here. Group shoots, photos of the setup of the bride getting ready, and then photos of the party down below here, I believe. But then if you look here on the side, you're actually going to see these different groupings that Excire has created. So first we have the Group by People option. With Group by People, and I'll zoom in a bit here. Not too much though. With Group by People, Excire is going to group each set of images that contain a specific person. So if you're culling a batch of photos from a family gathering with 10 people, you'll end up with 10 different image groups, one for each person. and within these groups, the photos that contain that person. So here, if I click on this, these are all the images of the bride from this wedding photo shoot. And if I hold on my keyboard, Control plus Shift, or Command plus Shift on a Mac, and then I press the right and left arrow keys, then I can go to the next person group and the next person group. So it's an easy way to make sure that your final set of images represents all of the main wedding guests. Next, we have this group by content option. And the way this works is you can choose from a list of keywords that are in the manage profile options that I showed you. And you can have Excire place the relevant images from the overall batch into collections that correspond to those keywords. So here, Excire has grouped these photos based on things like bride, we've got bridal couple, we've got kissing, we've got suit, dress, cake, and more. And third, we have visual similarity here. If you toggle on the group by visual similarity option, then Excire will group each set of images that look similar. So if you photographed a bride in front of a door for a bit, then you'd see those images together. Then if you instead move to photograph the bride indoors, you can expect Excire to split those images into a second group. I've just pressed that Control Shift arrow key shortcut, though you can also use these two arrows here. So I can go back and forward. And there's also the option to group by capture date here, where you can specify the time intervals that are used to group the shots. So you can have Excire group your event photo shoot into sets of images taken every few hours or so. And with this, you can get a nice overview of each chunk of time during the photo shoot and could quickly go through and choose a handful of images to represent each period. Finally, you can group by sequences here so that bursts of images are grouped together. Basically, the purpose of all this grouping is to organize your images into useful sets so that you can pick your best files or pick the files that represent the photo shoot without actually going through each and every image. And if you like, you can simply use these culling tools to group images into sets and then do the rest of the photo selection manually. So, you could go back to visual similarity here, and you could come in, quickly look through this first group, and you could step through. You could hit P on your keyboard to add a pick flag. You could hit X on your keyboard to add a reject flag. And then once you're ready, you can move on to the next group. You can go through that, the next group, and so on. And by the way, when you flag an image, that is when you press P on your keyboard or you apply a flag by clicking here, Excire is automatically going to put those photos into this selection bin. If you reject a photo, Excire puts those photos into the recycle bin. So once you're done with culling, you have all of your keepers readily available to you. Also, if you don't like exactly how Excire groups your images, you can make modifications after you've run a culling project. You just right-click on the relevant culling group, and then you choose Adjust, and then you can make tweaks here. So with visual similarity, you can tweak whether Excire uses content or color to compare images. And you can also change how similar the images need to be before they're grouped together. And these settings can also be tweaked when you're creating a culling profile. So you can build this into a culling profile, so you don't have to wait until after you've run a culling project to make these changes. I also want to emphasize that while you can do all your selection manually, Excire can help with this. So if you open this Faces panel on the right-hand side here, and you select an image, then you'll see that Excire magnifies any face that it identifies here. That way you can check the sharpness at a glance. And even better, this little icon here below the face will display a color corresponding to the focus. So the greener the color, the better the focus. And you can see this even more clearly by toggling on the highlight faces option here and then previewing the image. So you can use this focus indicator to ensure that you pick images that display in focus faces. There's also a 3x3 grid here that you can toggle on, and that can help with evaluating horizon lines and compositions. And there's even a new focus peaking feature right here. And what this does is it applies a color overlay to the parts of your images that are most in focus. You can change the color by right-clicking here. And by dragging this slider here, you can tell Excire how sharp an area should be before the peaking mask is applied. If you keep the slider all the way to the left there, then Excire is fairly generous in applying this peaking mask, but if you move it all the way to the right, Excire is far, far more strict. And let me just zoom in here so you can see with a really strict threshold here, Excire is really only applying the overlay to these areas of the veil and her hair. And I want to emphasize here that the peaking mask is very subject and image dependent. You might find that peaking is less useful for evaluating whether an image is sharp enough, and more useful for evaluating which parts of an image are most in focus. That is, was the lens focused on the subject's eyes, or did you slightly front focus and get the nose instead? Peaking helps you see that at a glance. Now let me go back to the culling group. And in addition to the tools that I've just shown you, Excire has plenty more features to help you select your best shots. For instance, once you've selected a specific group, you can click the Sort Photos button down here and choose further attributes so that you can sort based on characteristics like overall sharpness, eye sharpness, the subject's expression, and even the aesthetic score. So with this AI-powered sorting applied, going through each visually similar group can become a lot faster because you can just look at the first few results until you find one you like. Finally, I want to show you that in addition to these grouping and sorting options, Excire does have fully automated culling tools where the program automatically picks your best images and rejects your worst, so you can bypass culling entirely. To show you this, I'm going to click the Start Culling Project button again, and then let's find the Manage Profiles dialog option. Here in the Rejections tab, you can tell Excire to evaluate each image for blurriness, exposure issues, whether the eyes are closed, and then Excire will add a rejection flag to these photos. Then if you go into the Smart Selection tab here, you can enable Smart Selection. And then you can choose the groups that you want to use for Excire Smart Selection right here. So in other words, do you want Excire to pick the best image or images from each visually similar group, or each content group, or each people group? I'll choose visual similarity here. And finally, you can tell Excire which attributes to use when selecting the best shots. So do you want Excire to pick the best photos from each visually similar group here based on aesthetics? Do you want Excire to pick from each visually similar group based on overall sharpness? Or do you want Excire to pick based on whether the eyes are open? And when you check multiple boxes, these combine. You don't have to pick just one here. And then note that at the bottom, you tell Excire how many photos it should select from each group. You can tell Excire to pick a fixed amount or a % from each group. Now, if I wanted to use this culling profile, I'd go ahead and I'd just click Save. Then I close this out. I just make sure my profile is selected here. And when I hit Start, Excire would go through my photos and automatically pick the best from each visually similar group based on my selected criteria. It would apply flags or star ratings or colors depending on what I actually selected right here under selection marker. And those images would then appear in the selection bin right here. And note that this is all non-destructive. Excire is just adding flags or stars or color labels, so if you don't like the pics, you can always go back through Excire's groups manually. But if you do get results that you like with Smart Selection, it'll definitely save you a lot of time. And you actually can run Smart Selection after you've run a culling project, by the way. You just have to right-click on the project name here, and then you can choose Smart Selection. A dialog box will appear, and it'll offer all the same Smart Selection options that I showed you in the culling profile menu. Hopefully you can now see just how powerful those culling features in Excire actually are, and how you can use them to save so much time when going through your photos for clients, for social media, for sharing with friends, or just for your own personal use. Exire's culling tools offer a lot of flexibility, and you can adjust them to get the results that work for you. So I encourage you to head into Excire, start up a culling project, and play around. Then see how much time you can save when going through hundreds or thousands of images. Thanks so much for watching, and if you found this tutorial helpful, click that like button. For more tips and tutorials on Exire's AI-powered photo management tools, be sure to subscribe to our channel.